I want to ask you something. Do you actually believe that humans were designed to do one thing for 40 years straight? One job, one lane, one title, and one identity? Because somewhere along the way, we were told that doing that equaled maturity and becoming an adult. It was the pick your lane, get qualified, climb the ladder, and then stay there. It's safe, it's predictable, it's reliable, but that's not how I want to live my life. And also, have you ever noticed that children don't operate like that? They try everything. They explore, they get obsessed, they drop it, and then they move on. When did that become such a wrong thing? When did curiosity become immaturity? And what if the pressure to choose one thing is the exact reason that you feel stuck? Let's zoom out for a sec. Where did the idea of pick one career actually come from? It came from the education system. And the education system wasn't designed for creative expansion. It was designed during the industrial era. Factory model thinking, clear roles, clear ladders, predictable workers, and repeatable output. Efficiency loves predictability. And it's much easier to manage someone who fits neatly into a box. Fuck that. You have your doctors, you have your lawyers, you have your accountants, you have your teachers. Labels make people feel comfortable. But what happens when someone's evolving? What do you do with them? Think about Renaissance figures. We celebrate them. The visionaries, the philosophers of the world. We celebrate them and we cherish them. But when someone today tries to do the same thing and tries to explore multiple disciplines and tries to lean into their multi-passionate nature, we get told and made to feel like we need to narrow down. It's like people admire the philosophical and the visionaries and the multi-passionate people from a distance, but when it's standing right in front of them, it makes them feel uncomfortable because it's not the norm. But you're here right now with me because you're not normal either. And because of this, over time, we internalize this message that narrowing down equals maturity. And I'm here to say that is definitely not the case. You can choose to live as a multi-passionate creator if you want to. And I'm here to guide you through it. Now, here's the part that changes everything. I want you to think for a second and answer this question. Are we still living in a world where one job, one ladder, one company, one path is the safest option? Or are we living in a world where technology changes every few years, careers pivot constantly, creators are doing multiple things at once, and people are monetizing multiple skill sets? The world is changing. The world has changed, and we need to change with it. Like, the internet doesn't care what your degree is in. It cares what you can create right now. And the people thriving right now, they're the ones that can combine their skill sets. They film and they write. They hold space and they build community. They design systems and they market. Or they do all 6 of those things at the same time. And I believe that adaptability is no longer an option, but is actually necessary. Because we live in a time now where multiple sources of income are actually starting to become the norm. Because one source of income just doesn't cut it anymore. So the era to be a multi-passionate creator is actually here right now. It's actually time for us to flex that muscle and show others what we can do and what we can create. And show people that past conditioning is outdated as fuck. And we can in fact live a very rich and healthy and happy life, building a life from our own creative ideas. The world has shifted, but most of us are still operating on advice that's built for factories. That's the disconnect. You're trying to build a modern life with outdated rules. So let me ask you something. What if you're not actually unfocused? What if you're operating in a modern world with your past conditioning running the show? What if your frustration isn't a lack of discipline, but actually a lack of permission? I used to wait for permission all the time to start something new, to pivot, to try something different. I always had to have outside noise telling me what to do, which way to go. I never fully trusted my own intuition, my own internal guidance, until probably very recently, last few years. But here's what I realized, is that no one is coming to validate your multi-passionate self. No one. You have to decide that it's valid. And once you decide that it's valid, you'll notice that other people start going, oh, I wonder how they do it. And they'll start asking you for advice. They'll start picking your brain about how to do it because they see it and they get inspired. You are becoming the example. You set the example now. That's what happens. And maybe this is the shift. Not to do everything at once. Not to be chaotic, but to stop assuming that choosing one thing is the only path to adulthood, because it's not. It's changing. And in the next video, I'm going to show you why your scattered interests might actually be your edge.